Now, you could say that my next guest is the country's most famous used car salesman, having starred alongside David Jason in Britain's best-loved sitcom. Better known to the nation as Boycie, please welcome John Challis. John, when the scripts came through every week, you must have relished turning the page to see what you had to say.
Yes, I did. I must say this. I think most actors are the same. They riffle through all the pages in the script to see how much they've got that week, you know. Yeah. And sometimes you can be disappointed, of course, because you've only got one line. But no, the first script I ever got from Only Fools and Horses, I must say, made me laugh out loud, yeah. which is sort of rarer than you think, actually, because sometimes it's quite difficult to find the comedy in what's supposed to be a comedy script. But in this one, it just sort of stood up off the page. Yeah. It was absolutely brilliant.
Where did you find him? I mean, what were their inspirations? Where did he come from?
Well, all actors are thieves, really, because they notice people's characteristics. Alan.
Haven't got me.
And they store them away up here, and you sort of try and use them, you know, when you've got a character to find. And so you think, oh, that might work. So this came from a guy I knew in a pub in the 70s, and he had a lot of characteristics, I have to say, but one of them was that he spoke in this very pedantic way. He was a man who knew a lot about everything, practically. In fact, so much so that you couldn't sort of gainsay him at all. The situation in Yugoslavia, not many people know that in 1914, Macedonia invaded Albania. Now, of course, the Bosnia-Herzegovians weren't too pleased about this, so they... and everyone's going... I think you better go to the bar and have another drink, you know.
What about the laugh? Where did that come from?
Well, the laugh actually was from a different person, and actually came from a woman I knew. Also in the same pub. I spent an awful lot of time in the pub, you see. But no, if you can imagine Boyce's laugh, a female version of it, this machine gun laugh, and I can't possibly try and do it, or perhaps I can. Something like that. And this would peel out, you know, several times in the evening. And again, I just remembered it. And it came up in the script, Boycie laughs, usually at one of his own jokes. Yeah. I thought, well, I don't know, how does he laugh? So I did it one day, just for a laugh, and everybody laughed and said, keep it in. So, have you ever wished that you hadn't done something? You know what I mean? So now I do it on a regular basis all over the place.
The book, Boycie and Beyond, the second autobiography, isn't all laughs. It tells the story of often a quite troubled life. So from your point of view, I'm talking to Pamela earlier about the therapy of writing memoirs, as it were. Clearly the same was true for you as well, really, I suppose.
Yes, that's right. I mean, I started all this sort of a couple of years ago, and I'd always written stuff down, and people keep asking, you know, how did you get to where you've got to? Where did the character come from? You know, and all this, and what's in your real life? What sort of a person are you? And you suddenly find that you're living with an alter ego the whole time, and you have the definite impression that some people would prefer you to be the character than yourself. You know. So, and I remember something Alec Guinness said many years ago, a great character actor that he was. He said quite sadly, I remember, it's quite possible that I don't exist at all. Do you know? Not that I felt like that, but he was so immersed in his characters. And I suddenly thought, I've sort of lost sight of who I am in a lot of ways. So I started to write stuff down and wrote about my life, and it sort of mushroomed from there.
And there have been great sadnesses in it. I mean, booze was a factor, you know, you come clean about that, marriages, various. I mean, do you mind sort of, not airing your dirty linen, but bearing your soul, really, I suppose? I
think it was something that I sort of needed to do, I found myself... I didn't make a conscious decision, I must write about difficult times in my life, but it sort of came naturally. And I found myself writing about it. I just went through a period of sort of 2 or 3 years where a lot of things went wrong. My parents died, and my third marriage broke up, and all sorts of other things, a disastrous rebound relationship, and all this time I was working and doing Only Fools and Horses, you know, which is extraordinary. So I led this double life. But I started writing about it, and I found it actually quite therapeutic. because I'd never really confronted it, you know, my relationship with my father.
Isn't it interesting?
So
Pamela says that and you say that, so it works.
Oh, really? She said the same,
yeah.
the
So
same
if
thing?
you've got any troubles, write them down. But in most cases, keep them after yourself at home, lock them away. Don't show anybody. But if you're brave enough, like John and Pamela, you can show them.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my thanks to John Challis. Thank you very much for that. Now, with the Olympics over and the dark nights drawing in, it's time to snuggle up on the sofa and either get a good book or watch your favourite TV. But we all have one or two favourites we don't like to admit to in public. Too that bad, then, for my guests today, who will be telling us in a moment what is their guilty pleasure. Mine at the moment, if I am forced to admit it, is the new series of Dallas. Have you seen it? No, it's wonderful. It's the subtlety of the performances that I enjoy, and the subtext. And it's just wonderful. They're so evil, and they keep getting more and more evil. Did you watch the first series, Pamela?
No, I didn't. But you know what I'm wondering, Alan? Why we always have to put guilty before the word pleasure?
Well, it's things you don't want to admit to other people.
I know, but surely we should just have pleasure, even if we do feel a little bit embarrassed about it. I mean, why shouldn't you enjoy Dallas? I mean, it's fun, it's silly.
I've got the therapist who tells me I can now. John, what's yours?
Well, I never saw the first series of Dallas, and I still don't quite see what it's about. But I guess I'll try. I've got a bit older since then, so I think maybe I needed to mature first.
Yeah, but what about your guilty pleasure yourself?
Well, I suppose my guilty pleasure. I take what Pamela says. Absolutely.
Don't be guilty.
I will not feel guilty anymore. But it's sort of police camera action type things. I'm completely addicted to them. I don't know why. Because I love the sort of the general police attitude. And the way they sort of keep smiling, and they've chased someone for about 5 miles at high speeds through built-up areas, you know, and eventually finishes up in a ditch or something. The policeman goes up and says, "Is this your car, sir?" It's your friend's. What's your friend's name? Oh, you don't know? You don't know what your friend's name is? When did you borrow it, mate? This morning. I see. Where does he live? You don't know. It makes me laugh so much.
It's ineffably ordinary, really.
It doesn't have the satisfaction of catching up with people who've done wrong to other people, nicked their cars or something. There's a certain...
But I love...
that's great. That's exactly how life
Getting their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Right.
What about you?
Boys, honestly, my husband loves to watch prison things and things about people murdering their wives and getting away with it. And I'm thinking... What's the plan here?
Pamela will be very afraid. Michael, what's yours?
I think, for me, it would be daytime TV, a programme of daytime TV. No, Alan, obviously. Not your good self. Because my son has a nap at a very specific time in the afternoon, so I'm always around to watch Dickinson's Real Deal. Yes, I think I have seen way too many.
Did you see that woman sitting at the table? Was she selling watermelons, or was that like
Oh, sorry. Do you know what it is? It's the characters in the programme. Because obviously the Duke himself and then all the other dealers, everyone's got a character, so every time you tune in, you think, oh, I'm just going to get the same thing, but it's not. There's always something different. And he's so likeable. And I love the way when he does the competitions, he always says, that's not good enough for me. I've got a couple of zeros on there.
You're not into this programme. It's scary. He'd have fit into, bless him, you know, David, he would have fitted into only films, though, wouldn't he?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think he'd fit in onto a series at all.
I know you don't watch telly, but I mean, what's your pleasure then, rather than guilty?
Well, I'm addicted to Scrabble, and I play it online obsessively. And anybody else? Yeah. See,
Scrabble online. Who do you play with online?
I can play with the computer.
Oh, I see.
And there's a sort of character called Maven that I play with, who wins most of the time and cheats. Cheats, yes. But I can start. I don't know. I come home from something and I'll start playing at 10:30 at night. 1:30 in the morning, I'm still playing Scrabble.
Well, OK, we've got 7 letters here on a board, and you can now have a go. You've got a few seconds to arrange these 7 letters into a word, Pamela. There you are. Oh, look. Linda, you're saying it to all my guests.
I would like to play that kind of Scrabble all the time.
Yeah, I never get that. John Challis, Michael Underwood and Pamela Simpson. Don't forget...